Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is News Now at noon.
And thanks for joining us for News Now at noon. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. A Cattaraugus County teen is charged in a New Year's Eve stabbing.
Plus, Republican Jim Quattrone. He's sworn in as Chautauqua County Sheriff. We'll hear from him coming up in just a bit. But first, we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by on the First Defense Weather Center. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Jay and Matt. And once again, I'm standing on the First Defense Weather Center.
Well, you're standing by in the First Defense Weather
Okay,
Center.
thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Because I think the last time you said that, I made a joke talking about how if I stood on it, I'd break it. And that wouldn't be good for our set builders. Here we go with First Defense Doppler, nothing across the region, and it is going to remain that way pretty much throughout the day. Happy 2019, by the way. Hope you all had a wonderful New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Hope you didn't do anything too crazy. This is the satellite layer imagery, and even though we have high pressure that's built in, it's building in from the north, which means these stubborn clouds have a hard time clearing out. It's actually filling back in again. So it's mainly going to be overcast throughout the day today. That's pretty much going to be the story throughout the day. And really, tomorrow, the chance for snow is really isolated tomorrow. Otherwise, it's going to be a next dry 5 days pretty much after Thursday. So it looks like we're starting to get into a bill of health here where it'll start to clear out, but we're not sure how much longer that'll last. So mainly an overcast day today and seasonable. 31 highest hilltops, 36 Lake Erie shoreline with a south wind around 5 to 10. We'll talk about where we ended December. Plus, could it be warm through the middle of January? We'll talk about it with that Quick Solution 7-day a little bit later on. Jay, Matt?
All right, Dakota, looking forward to it, sir. Thank you. Our top story today, a Cattaraugus County teen faces numerous charges after he allegedly stabbed a family member on New Year's Eve. 19-year-old Tristan Heitzener was arrested at a Buffalo Road residence in the town of Allegheny. He faces charges of first and second degree assault along with several other charges. The teen was arraigned and remanded to Cattaraugus County Jail on $5,000 cash. The victim was treated and released from Olean General Hospital. Police said Olean and Allegheny assisted the sheriff's office in that investigation.
Republican Jim Quattrone was sworn in yesterday as Chautauqua County Sheriff. During a ceremony in Chautauqua County Court, Quattrone says he was actually sworn in officially at 12:30 a.m. so he could visit those working on patrol and in the jail. During an interview with reporters following the ceremony, Quattrone says he looks to increase collaboration between the numerous law enforcement agencies throughout the county.
I think our biggest issue is going to be the opiate epidemic and really working together. And it's not with just law enforcement, but with the public health sector as well as nonprofit and private entities. So we have to be willing to collaborate, and that's the collaboration is to work together for the same common cause.
Now, Quattrone defeated former Sheriff Joe Girassi in November. Girassi was the sheriff for more than 20 years.
A pair of wanted Jamestown residents were arrested during a traffic stop Tuesday afternoon near the corner of Forest and Washington Street. Jamestown police say that 37-year-old Nicole Stein was wanted in Pennsylvania. Police said she was driving with a suspended license. The passenger in the vehicle, 42-year-old David Van Gilder, allegedly provided police with a false name, and they discovered that he had several outstanding warrants from the city of Jamestown and a warrant from Pennsylvania as well. Both are charged with being a fugitive from justice. They were taken to Jamestown City Jail without incident.
And a Southwestern Central School grad could become the next coach for the Cleveland Browns. This morning, we spoke with 1070 AM The Fan, ESPN Radio's Indianapolis Colts beat reporter Kevin Bowen, who discussed the impact that Jamestown native Nick Sirianni has made as Colts offensive coordinator. Bowen says that Sirianni has potential to be the head coach, but fans should pump the brakes a bit as he continues to grow.
The guy is really, really young, and not just age-wise. He's also young in coaching experience at a high level. He's only been coordinator for 1 year, and he's not calling the plays. So how do you handle in-game pressure of Potentially if you're the head coach of the Browns, maybe you're calling the plays and now you're managing challenges and timeouts and, all the critical decisions that go into a 60-minute football game week in and week out.
Now, multiple reports earlier this week said that Sirianni is a candidate for the Browns head coaching gig. The Colts, meanwhile, will travel to Houston for an AFC wildcard game. That will be Saturday.
Matt, this was really big news before the new year. That you broke here on the show and then on WNYNewsNow.com shortly after that Sirianni very much is eligible for this job, and they're talking to him about this. So certainly very interesting to see.
Well, to clarify here, the Browns rather, they have to ask for permission from the Colts right now to interview him, and that hasn't been confirmed if that permission's been granted, as far as I could tell based on reports. So an interview hasn't taken place yet.
Right.
Yeah.
But certainly they're looking towards him as a candidate, and I mean, I think a lot of people. I know there's a big group in Falconer who are big Brown fans. I know it's kind of an interesting area. There's some Steelers fans, there's some Browns fans, there's a lot of Bills fans. So certainly it would be kind of cool to see a local graduate, a local man, being a head coach for the Browns. Do you think that would pump up fans? Maybe.
I think so. I mean, you have to look at it from this way. Like Kevin said, and I'll discuss later on in a full report on the interview. Nick has worked with quarterbacks like Phillip Rivers, Alex Smith, and now Andrew Luck. So, yeah, he hasn't called a lot of plays this year, with Frank Reich being the head coach and him being an offensive guru himself. But he's had the chance to, he gets a chance to relate with these players and deal with them, and that could help him in the long run. But like Kevin said, there's a lot of things that Nick will have to grow on, and he's young. Right. So I don't know if he's going to be the next Browns head coach or not. But based on my interview with Kevin and just in general watching some of his work around the league, at some point he will be a head coach. Right, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And, whether people in the area are interested in following him to his team or not, certainly we'll let you know, as a lot of people commented online. So certainly a pretty cool thing. Saying hello to Zach, to Karen, your mom. She's watching. She says, Happy New Year to all of us. Thanks so much for being here with us, Karen. To Cindy, to Dave, to Lou. We thank you guys all much for spending your Wednesday with us. I almost at the top of the show jokingly said Happy Monday, because it felt like a Monday. I don't know. Do you think it's a Monday?
I don't know.
Coming up next, President Donald Trump hosting a large bipartisan meeting today at the White House with hopes of resolving a government shutdown. We have the latest on that.
And later, there is a new sheriff in town. Details next.
Coming soon to downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops Restaurant and Tavern. The full-service restaurant will carry a wide array of craft brews, wines, and food pairings to make your taste buds sing. Enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week, including a Sunday brunch buffet. A truly one-of-a-kind experience coming soon.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
With the government shutdown continuing, President Trump will host a big meeting today at the White House. Top leaders from both parties will come together for the first time since the partial government shutdown started 12 days ago. John Lawrence has the latest from Washington, D.C.
President Trump looking to reach a compromise. Mr. Trump in a tweet Tuesday asking incoming House Speaker Nancy Pelosi if a deal over border security is possible.
Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats seem to be taking almost a Michael Corleone type offer here, where they're saying, Donald Trump, here's our offer, nothing.
Pelosi responded, calling Wednesday's summit a great opportunity to show how we will govern responsibly. The president has not wavered on his main sticking point.
You can never do it perfectly unless you have a wall. So we have to have a wall.
And that has been a factor.
Democrats are willing to come to the table for border security, but they're going to dig their heels in. They're clearly not going to fund that wall.
The meeting will feature a border security briefing from Homeland Security officials and an effort to reach an agreement that both reopens the government and keeps America safe.
It's going to probably be far more complicated to reach a compromise than to just say, okay, what's the number in between both of our standing points? It's not just about dollars. It's about negotiations, getting something for something else.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
John, thank you. In addition to Pelosi, other Democratic officials invited include Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Minority Whip Dick Durbin.
Governor Andrew Cuomo was sworn in yesterday on Ellis Island. Cuomo says that fear and anger are dividing the nation right now, and he's vowed to present a more progressive agenda in 2019. Take a listen.
It is impossible to overstate how dangerous, how malignant this condition is. It is like a cancer that is spreading throughout our society. A disease that causes one cell in the body politic to attack other cells, to turn one against one another. We see it almost every day now in the spreading anti-Semitism, in the growing number of white supremacist groups, in the KKK at Charlottesville, in the rage unleashed in the mass shootings from San Bernardino, California to Parkland, Florida.
Now, other officials, including new Attorney General Letitia James, were sworn in during that ceremony. On Monday, Cuomo pardoned 22 immigrants at risk for deportation.
A jackpot ticket and 3 second-place winning tickets were sold in New York State, that for Tuesday night's Mega Millions drawing. The $425 million jackpot ticket was sold as a super PAC at a Long Island auto shop. 3 other $1 million tickets were sold downstate. There were other winners in Ohio, South Carolina, and Texas. The winning numbers were 34, 44, 57, 62, 70, and the Mega Ball 14. The $425 million jackpot was the 8th largest in its history and the 5th drawing on New Year's Day.
No, I didn't win.
I had it on my phone.
You took a screenshot?
Yeah. Oh, it's not looking good either.
Oh,
nope.
Man. We always try, but we don't always win.
Did Dakota win?
I don't know. That's a good question for D. Hunter. I don't know if he plays as much.
Is Dakota around or is he hiding?
I think he... Dakota, are you here?
I've got you.
Did you win? Did you play?
Here's the thing. If I would have won the Mega Millions, you would never see me again.
Yeah, you wouldn't come into work.
What about Norm Rodriguez?
So
Norm,
take that as you will.
What?
Did you win?
No, I didn't win, but if I did, I'd get us out of New York.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we could be News Now from Florida.
That would be nice.
News Now.
We can do that.
Thank you, guys. Saying hello to Gary. Hopefully you are having a great day. Gary says everyone comes in over the border. American have to taking care of them. We should have a wall. So Gary obviously siding there with President Trump on a pretty big issue that, Matt, I don't think that issue is going to end anytime soon. I think Washington politics are going to continue to take their toll. Saying hello to Rosie, to Dan, and to Michael. Thanks all so much for being here with us today. Did everyone have a good New Year?
I suppose. Well, we were in Mayville, so
we were. Matt and I were at the Quattrone swearing in, which was really fun. I had no idea that our new sheriff was actually sworn in the night before, or early morning before, I suppose you could say, where he went and talked to people in the jail and on road patrol. That's pretty cool, really. I think for him to be able to get that perspective and to be with the troops, so to speak. So it was very enlightening and really, I think, probably happy afternoon for Quattrone. And, for me, I'm looking forward to the next few years with him as sheriff. We'll certainly see what happens. And, as we talked about on election night, Matt, people have voted, really.
People have voted?
They expressed their their voice with that election. So a big ticket item for sure. So,
well, you know who has voted? Dakota Hunter. He's going to vote on our details of the forecast.
And later, Norm's here with a look at some local basketball games. Live look at Chautauqua Lake right now. Cold has returned. Dakota's got those deets coming up. The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, enter their 30-day challenge, where for only $69, you get 30 days of unlimited everything. That's right, everything, along with 2 one-on-one personal training sessions. Then, if you lose 10 pounds, you'll get the next month free. Plus, the first place winner will get 2 Buffalo Bills tickets or a $100 gift card. Details right now on the Fitness Bunker's Facebook page.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Hey, welcome back to News Now at Noon. And boy, it was a very windy New Year's Eve. Let's take a look at some of the peak wind gusts from across the area here. And we actually gusted up to 60 miles an hour in some areas. And as the graphic comes up, there it comes. 61 miles an hour was the peak wind gust in Rochester, 56 Buffalo, 55 Erie. Jamestown officially at the airport was 46, and Dunkirk 51. So right near the Lake Erie shoreline, and especially right near the Lake Ontario shoreline, we had that Lake Erie influence. So again, we told you that's where the strongest winds would be, and that's where they were. So at least the winds have calmed down for now. So where did we end December? Now, if you watched us on Tuesday or on Monday, I had told you that we actually were about 1 degree below average. Well, when we have a high of 55 degrees for New Year's Eve, that brings our official monthly high to 36. It's technically 36.5, but again, with the laws of mathematics, you round it off. So 36 degrees, our monthly high average should be 36. So we ended December around average, even though we had some days above average. So again, and it looks like this warmth may continue going into this part of this month. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. You can see much of the continental 48 should be warm over the next 6 to 10 days, but right near western New York, the southern tier is about a 60% chance, and the remainder of the region should be at a 50% chance for seeing above average temperatures. Now looking farther out over the next 8 to 14 days, again, there's a 40 to 30% chance it could be above average, and then there's equal chances which you go out here to New England. So again, this warmth may continue into January, but it's voodoo country, so we'll see how this goes and we'll see how this plays out. News Now Cam, really, clouds just socked in, and that's really going to be the story today. The clouds are not going anywhere. 31 with a south wind of 5, and you take the two together, got your wind chill of 26 degrees. So all in all, it's not a bad day. It's seasonable for this time of the year at least, so that's the good news. High pressure is built in from the north, but unfortunately that's not clearing out the cloud cover, because as I told you, we can't clear out the cloud cover if we have a high pressure building in from the north. Look at this. There's some snow and mixed precipitation going on near Dallas, Texas, but none of that. That's all staying away for now. Close in First Defense Doppler, absolutely nothing. So we'll take you through future scan here. We're going to run this out through today. Nothing for today. So mainly just an overcast day. Now here's tonight. You can see a few of these lighter snow showers popping up with a few embedded rain showers at times. Best chance of that's probably going to be near Buffalo, where the temperatures will be a little bit warmer. But again, there's a chance for isolated to scattered snow showers tonight, early tomorrow, and then that all clears out of here by tomorrow afternoon. So in terms of how much snow we're going to pick up, really not a whole lot lot here. This is the snow machine algorithm. It's really depicting about less than an inch. The better chance for that inch right near the hills of the southern tier. That's it. Everybody should be around a half an inch to around 1 inch. Not a big deal. Hour by hour, clouds. That's pretty much it. Temperatures won't move very much because the cloud cover will kind of help keep us insulated. The next 7 days of the new year. 30 degrees tomorrow, 41 Friday, at least some partial sunshine, 44 Saturday, and then there's that warm up. We should be around 32 degrees this time of the year, and we'll be slightly above it into the mid to upper 30s going into next week. Sports is next, so do not go away.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Welcome to the year 2019, sports fans, and welcome back to News Now at Noon. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. With school now resuming for most areas, tonight the Jamestown Red Raiders girls basketball team will begin their 2019 play as they will go on the road to face off against the Warren Dragons. The Red Raiders are currently 2-5, losing their last 4 games. Warren, meanwhile, has yet to lose, as they are off to a 7-0 start. Jump ball will be at 6:15. The Buffalo Bills fired offensive line coach and run game coordinator Juan Castillo on Tuesday. Buffalo was ranked 30th in the league this year in total offense, only edging out the Miami Dolphins and Arizona Cardinals. Buffalo's passing game was also second to last in the NFL in 2018, again edging out the Cardinals. Pending a physical, the New York Yankees and free agent shortstop Troy Tulowitzki agreed to terms on a contract on Tuesday. Tulowitzki was released from the Toronto Blue Jays with 2 years and $38 million left on his contract. The 5-time All-Star and 2-time Gold Glove and Silver Slugger Award winner deal would be worth $555,000, which is the league minimum. Tulowitzki has not appeared in a game since July 2017 due to the injury bug. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you. And Troy Tulowitzki was always somebody that I watched as I was growing up, so good for him. The new year here on Earth started with a record-setting space mission, 4 billion miles away, giving us the first look at an object on the edge of our solar system. Scientists from NASA and Johns Hopkins say the New Horizons spacecraft took this picture of Ultima Thule. It's a space object located a billion miles past Pluto in the Kuiper Belt. The icy object is 20 miles long and 10 miles wide. The picture was taken during a flyby at more than 31,000 miles per hour. Now, scientists say they expect to have higher resolution pictures in the next few days. They also say the mission will help us understand the origins of our solar system.
Wow, that's really cool. I'd like to see the high-res footage of that. I know NASA...
I can tell you it's going to be weather porn.
Yeah, you think so? Because, man,
it's just like the GOES East satellite.
Yeah.
When you look at that with the high-resolution imagery, that's weather porn, and that's the same thing. That's space porn for all of you people who are into space, which I actually know our Storm Hartman is into aerospace.
Yeah.
Chief
I'm
astronomer
sure he's gonna
Dakota
love that.
Hunter.
Chief astronomer, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Dakota, like, it's just so cool. We have a wire service that provides, like, live footage, and sometimes they'll show, like, the NASA space missions, and it's routine stuff usually. But it's just so cool to hear them and to see what they're doing, and it just goes to show kind of how small we really are and how humbling it is compared to, like, the rest of everything.
Absolutely.
You know,
There's always those unknowns out there in space, and of course, you know, that's what the space program is all about, trying to, you know, find the new planets that, you know, we may not know exist, and maybe at some point trying to migrate life off of Earth onto another planet that can sustain life.
Right, exactly.
We'll see.
It's really cool. And our producers always get nervous. They're telling me, they're like, here he goes again. Every time Dakota says weather porn, they get nervous when you say that because you say the P word. It's like, woo!
Well, it's
we can
not
say
bad.
it, but they're just like,
I mean,
woo!
you know.
Pump the brakes.
Well, speaking of weather P, let's take a look at the high temperatures for
There you
today.
go.
Weather P,
That's
there's a
better.
new one. 34 degrees high temp around Jamestown. The valleys maybe down to the lower 30s. All in all, this is seasonable, but those clouds still sticking around all day. And it looks like we get back into the 40s for the weekend with sunshine above, thank goodness. And even though we go back down to the 30s for early next week, that's above average. We should be near 32 degrees this time of the year. And again, signs point it could be mild till mid-January. So we'll see how this plays out.
Awesome.
Well, we know who to blame if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly, yeah. Just send me all the nasty notes, you know, all the nasty emails, the tweets, and the
Hunter's WX?
Hunter's
On
WX,
Twitter.
Facebag, the Tweeter.
Face bag.
If you can't fit the quota on the Twitter, the word count quota, you can email him at dakota.hunter
Exactly.
at WNYnews.com.
I like that.
And then you can actually call Dakota on his cell phone number at... Awesome, Dakota. Thank you very much. That's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. Another live look here at the HD News Now cam over downtown Jamestown. Clouds are really socked in. If you missed any of what we just talked about, you can rewatch the show in about 2 minutes, or even better, head on over to WNYNewsNow.com.
I like that.
Matt works really hard to get all those headlines up for you, so you can check it out on there as well. We are back tomorrow with the TGITH edition.
There you go.
For Thursday.
TGITH.
We'll see you then.
See you tomorrow.